win. That's the title of this one, is We Win. We don't even fight battles anymore. We just win. That's what God, a vision he gave me, okay? And this is, the whole thing's based off this. I got it in the prayer room. We don't even fight battles anymore. We just win. Now, to go in depth here, like I always want to. I want to go in and read into everything. I don't want just the surface level, what it seems like. I want to go into everything. When God gives you something, you don't just take it and say, well, thank you. That's a great revelation. I really love it. Thanks. And it's awesome. But you got to go in deeper. Always deeper. Say, God, thank you. What does this mean exactly? Maybe you don't understand something. Ask questions. God loves when you ask him questions. You have a thesaurus in front of you. Well, if you have questions about something, wouldn't it make sense to go into the book and actually look up the answers? If you had the entire internet in front of you and it was an open book test, open internet test, you would go on the internet to look up the answers for your test. So why don't we go to God more often and ask more questions? It's great. That's how I have learned everything I've learned, from asking more questions. Sometimes you're going to come up with, you'll get some questions and you'll think they're pretty crazy, and they're really just deep. Some questions that you don't even know if you're allowed to ask because you don't know exactly how they sound. They sound weird. Or they sound like, I can't really even describe it. But you asked a question, just something that would break all of Christianity's foundation and faith system, the religious system. It would break it if the answer was the opposite of what you've been taught. And I've had the opposite sometimes, because I haven't always been taught what has been right. And this is what I keep coming back to with this also, is that people say the definition of crazy is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. Well, we've been doing the same thing since Jesus died on the cross for 2,000 odd years now, and we're expecting different results. I understand the world is better than Roman times and crucifying people and those type of times, but as far as our Christian walk, it's become really polluted, and we got to get on that. You can't keep watering down Christianity to make other people feel good, to comfort other people. No. If someone wants to be a Christian, or if they come to church, we have to make them feel welcome, yes. But there's a point where you don't make the service for them. They came to make a change in their life. They didn't come so that you could make them feel comfortable. They don't feel comfortable where they are. They don't want to feel comfortable. They want to be shaken, to change, to drive. But back to we win. We don't even fight battles anymore. We just win. God doesn't give us a battle that we can't win. He'll never give you a battle you can't win. Just look at Job in the Bible. He went through everything, but he said, no matter what, God, I am serving you. I will serve you, God. I will never renounce my faith. God allows the battles to happen to us so we can have a good workout, which is why we got this here. And also, this is basically my entire basement's filled with workout equipment, as you know. But you get to have a battle to work out and to stay in shape. And I'll tell you why. When I work out, it's fun. Does it hurt some? Yeah. But why do you work out? Well, just like in the physical, because physical and spiritual are going to mirror each other. It's what always happens, okay? It's the easiest way to relate or to understand something spiritual is to think of something physical, because they are going to mirror each other. Well, to work out, it's fun. It builds spiritual muscle. So spiritually, you're going to gain muscle. It strengthens us. That muscle isn't there just for show. It actually will give you more strength spiritually. And it changes us for the better. Alright, it's like this morning, I didn't work out In fact, this morning I didn't work out at all. But since in my sermon notes here it says I had to work out this morning, but since I'm recording this on a Sunday and I'm playing drums this week, I didn't work out this morning, so I'm going to work out this afternoon. But I'm not going to work out this afternoon because the weights are pulling me in and controlling me to work out. If working out is a controlling thing where I am drawn to the weights because the weights are calling me, then that would be a spiritual battle resemblance. And that's the same thing that we think that, oh, the evil is controlling me and calling me. Okay, yeah, I want to lift weights. I want to work out. And I can say, oh, the gym's calling my name. But it's not. The gym isn't controlling me. The weights aren't controlling me. So when I go to fight the weights, just like we'll fight the devil or demons or any principalities that aren't of God, when I go to there to lift, I know that I'm there to get stronger, to get more muscle, and to be a better looking person. Just like in the spirit, like I said, if we're going to fight, well, we know, okay, I took on one demon and I defeated him. Well, next time you go to have a spiritual battle, you can take on 2. And then you can take on 3 and 4. Then all of a sudden you can take on an army. And you realize, I have the victory. And this is where the sermon is going to get to. But to stay here, is that when I'm lifting weights, this is the part that God got me on when he was telling me this too. When I'm lifting weights, just like when you're in a battle, when I'm done with it, when I'm done with lifting weights, and I leave the gym, I leave the battle, I don't leave with weights on me. So many people, they go into a spiritual battle, and when they come out on the other side, or they come out on any side, some of them got to back up. Because you take on too much by yourself. Yes, God will never give you more than you can handle, but sometimes you'll try to take on more than you can handle. Just because there's a battle there doesn't mean God gave it to you. That's why you have to listen to the Holy Spirit and understand what's happening. But when I leave the gym, guess what? I leave. There's no weights on my back. We leave a spiritual battle with like some kind of downtrodden depression sometimes, like I really was going through something. I barely made it out. No, you have to rejoice. I leave the gym thinking, I walk outside, it'll be freezing cold, and I have a smile on my face. I'm like ready to jump across the parking lot to my car. Now, I can't, because people are going to think I'm crazy, and not Jesus freak crazy, just crazy. But I don't leave with weights. They don't have any attachment to me. I've never left the gym, and there's been a weight holding me down on my leg. I've never left the gym, and I got something pulling me back in. I'm not tied to working out, just like we're not tied to spiritual battles. God allows us to fight them to gain strength, to be more confident in ourselves. This is the vision that God gave me. You see an enemy or an army off in the distance. Close your eyes and imagine this. You see a legion of an army coming to attack you. But you don't have any fear. Because when I saw this off in the distance, I thought, what am I going to do? What do I do with that? But as soon as I had the question of what am I going to do, God said, wait, that's your doubt, not mine. So I had instantly no fear. I didn't care that they were there. It was just as if they weren't there in the first place. But you just walk right through them. Can you imagine if there's an army that's come and fight you, and they're charging at you, or they're walking at you, or anything, and they're coming at you, you're going at them, and you get to them, and instead of fighting them, you just walk through them. And I don't mean let them part and walk through them. This is the type of walk through I mean. In Luke 4:30, Jesus is talking about here. They're talking about Jesus. He passed right through the crowd and went on his way. there were a group of thousands of the Jewish people he was preaching to that he had made upset because of the way he was teaching. Which, I never preached to thousands of people, but trust me, I've talked to plenty of single people that have been upset with the way I've been teaching. So, on a side note, every single time someone questions me or thinks that I'm wrong, that's making me happy because this story right here, that Jesus with thousands of people, they didn't believe him either. So if you don't believe me or what I'm teaching at some point in time, or you question it, you have a hard time with it, you want to throw me off a cliff, I can just walk right through you. And I know that I am walking in Jesus' footsteps. You can't let anything bring you down. Every single day could be a battle. And some people will say every single day is a battle. But it's so easy when all you have to do is just walk right through it. John 8:59. They took up stones to throw at him, but Jesus hid himself and went out of the temple, going through the midst of them, and so passed by. That was when the Pharisees in the temple, he was preaching something again, said something. Actually, they asked him they said, are you saying you are God? And he said, I am, which was him actually saying the name of God, or the names of God. Now to them, that was the most crazy, insane thing you could do. You do not say that in public. You do not say the name of God in public. So they picked up stones. Where'd they get the stones? A whole nother story. But they picked up stones to throw at him, to stone him to death. And it says Jesus hid himself in the temple. And he passed right through them. Well, how did he do that? That's a question that you have to ask. Then you're like, oh, it's a great story. Jesus hid himself behind a pillar. Doesn't work. Someone's going to see you go that way. Jesus threw down a smoke bomb and ran away. No. He did some stuff that he was allowed to do, okay? He hid himself. This is when you go to crazy questions, and I won't go into it because I'm going to get stoned. And you can't stone me. But he hid himself. If the Pharisees, the highest of high people in what would now be related to for me is the Christian people, the highest of the Christians, went to stone him because of what he was saying. That would be the example. So there's a time when I will know the answers or know what to say, and that's going to be a lot of times on this channel, and a lot of times in my video, I'm going to hold back some. And I don't apologize for it. It's just that I can't teach you something that is so over your head that you're going to doubt me. But it'll be awesome. John 14:12. Jesus said this, I assure you, the one who believes in me will also do the works that I do, and he will do even greater works than these, because I am going to the Father. He said that we're going to do works that are greater, his works and greater. So if Jesus can do this, then why shouldn't I be doing it? Not just why can't I? Why shouldn't I? He said that I should do his works and greater. So that's what we need to work on. That's what we need to do. If Jesus can walk through the enemy trying to kill him, then that means that we can, that I can. I can do those things and greater. What's greater? That's another question. I don't have all this stuff written down. I will just tell you as I'm going. There's only one page of stuff here. And there's no way for 14 minutes I could talk about just one page of stuff when this isn't just bullet notes. This is literally just a couple scriptures. It's a relationship that I have with God, that I've learned. This is me, just talking. These things and greater, we are limitless, which is another sermon I have. And we win. We don't even have to fight. The way that I view it, the way that God showed me is that the moment Jesus died on the cross, we have the victory over every sin, over every battle. God has the victory already over every single battle. Now, without stepping on another sermon's toes here, we win. We win in every situation because God already has the victory, so we already have the victory. We just have to step into that victory. We just have to step into the victory that God has already given us. If we can just comprehend that we're supposed to do the things that Jesus did and greater. Because a lot of us are aiming, and this is another sermon, but a lot of us are aiming for things less than what Jesus did because we don't want to step on Jesus' toes. For me to say that I'm going to be like Jesus, I'm going to do what Jesus did on earth. Now, what happens if I say I'm going to do greater than what Jesus did on earth? That would be almost blasphemy. But Jesus just said there, and go read it for yourself. It's in John 14:12. Because, and you will do even greater. I'll leave you with that. That Jesus wants us to do greater than he did. So you stretch your imagination, you stretch your faith today. To say, you know what, Jesus, I'm believing that what you said here, John 14:12, that I'm going to do even greater. And I know that when I see that battle off in the distance, I win. You told me I win. I only have to fight if I want to build spiritual muscle. And if I don't want to work out that day, I don't have to. Because I win. Just take that. Thank you for watching this video. Hope it turned out well. This is the first one. Do a lot more. But just thank you. Bless you. Have a great day.